It's 2025, yet, whenever a sexual crime is reported, the first question often asked is, what was she wearing? As if her clothing explains the violence done to her, or worse, excuses it. But this pattern of blaming women for men's wrongdoing isn't new. It dates back to the Bible, first with Eve, blamed for humanity's fall, and later with Delilah, held responsible for men's loss and downfall. Hi there, my name is Precious, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel, Reclaimed Bible Women. Here I uncover and critique harmful Bible women stories in ways that challenge, inspire, and help you become a more informed feminist. If that sounds like your thing, go ahead and like, subscribe, and stay tuned. In today's episode, we are digging into the story of Delilah, a story weaponized for centuries to demonize women and portray female sexuality as the root of men's lust. But first, let's take a closer look at what the Bible actually says. Delilah appears in Judges 16, the final chapter in the story of Samson, Israel's judge and warrior, known for his supernatural strength. The Philistine rulers, determined to take him down, offered Delilah a large sum of money to uncover the source of his strength. She agrees, and over time repeatedly asks Samson to tell her his secret. He lies to her multiple times before finally revealing the truth. His strength comes from his uncut hair, a sign of his Nazirite vow to God. Once Delilah sees that he has told her all his heart, she calls in the Philistine lords, has his hair cut while he sleeps, and hands him over. But here's what's important to note. The Bible never confirms whether Delilah was a Philistine, only that Samson loved her, not that she loved him. They were not married and no sexual relationship is mentioned. Her betrayal relied on persistent questioning, not seduction. Earlier chapters reveal Samson's pattern of exploiting women, like his Timnah wife and the Gaza prostitute, as pawns in his vendetta against the Philistines. The Philistines too used women by coercing Samson's wife and bribing Delilah to gain leverage. Delilah, acting with agency, betrayed Samson, but her role in his downfall, caused by his own choice to reveal his secret, has been exaggerated. Over time, she has been recast as a seductive femme fatale, whose beauty ensnared him. This sexualized reframing fuels a harmful narrative. It portrays women's allure as manipulative and dangerous, blaming female sexuality for men's sexual misconduct, while excusing men from accountability for their desires and actions. And these are some of the ways in which Delilah's story has continued to harm women today. Delilah's story has fueled the idea that women are responsible for controlling men's urges. In schools, churches, and homes, girls are told to cover up so they don't lead men astray, as if men have no self-control and women's bodies are the problem. The burden of modesty falls on women, and men's sexual misconduct is excused. Women who own their sexuality through how they dress, speak, or act are often labeled Delilahs, seen as manipulative or immoral. Society treats sexual confidence in women as dangerous instead of recognizing it as a valid expression of autonomy. Delilah is often framed as the temptress who brought down a great man. That framing fits into rape culture. They believe that women who look or act a certain way are asking for it. Victims are questioned about their behavior instead of perpetrators being held accountable. This narrative shifts blame from men to the women they harm. When women speak out about abuse, they are often met with doubts, especially if they don't fit the mold of the perfect victim. Like Delilah, they are suspected of manipulation, of having an agenda. This makes it harder for survivors to be believed or supported. To reclaim Delilah, we must first consider the world she lived in. She existed under Philistine rule, amid political unrest, with no religious or legal authority of her own. Women at that time had little power. She was approached by rulers, men with real political power. That's not a request, it's coercion. What would happen if she said no? What would it mean to protect Samson and betray them? The Bible doesn't say because it wasn't interested in her perspective. We never asked what Delilah risked. We never asked what she thought or felt. We don't ask whether she feared Samson, a man who burned fields, killed with a donkey's jawbone, and toyed with women's emotions. Maybe she was afraid. Maybe she thought handing him over would bring peace. Or maybe, like so many women throughout history, she simply made the only choice she had in a world that gave her none. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. So, what about you? What were your thoughts about Delilah growing up? Has your perspective changed? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if this episode sparked something in you, go ahead and like, subscribe, and stick around for the next one.